Today I want to talk about exploring art with your preschooler. A lot of moms have said to me in the past, "Oh, Allison, you're so creative. I'm not creative at all. I wish I could be creative with my kids." You can. You have this in you, and it is not complicated, and it can be so easy. So I'm here to support and encourage you because I love the opportunity to share art with my kids. And I'm no expert, I just sort of do it. So the first thing that I want to say to you is don't be afraid of it. Art does not have to be this Pinterest-worthy thing. I think we're all a little bit ruined by seeing all of these perfect art projects out there in the world, these masterpieces made by little tiny humans. It does not have to be that way. I want you to remember that the process of exploring art with your littles is about exploring, not about the end result. And I think as adults, we can tend to be perfectionists, and we forget that the exploring is where all of the learning happens. So number one, do not be afraid to explore art with your kids. I mean, it's just paint. It's just materials and supplies. The second thing that I want to say, I know a lot of people have a really hard time with this, is don't be afraid for it to get messy. Are you thinking, that's me, I don't want it to get messy in my house? The key to this is to just be prepared. So what I always recommend to people is put down some garbage bags, tape them down if necessary, find a spot in your house that works. You can also purchase large tarps or drop cloths from your local dollar store or a hardware store to put down and protect the surface. Then put your kids in old clothes or smocks or something to protect them, and do not be afraid of the mess. It's all about exploring, and that's what we want them to do. We want them to be able to explore. So that's my tip number 2. Tip number 3, have some really simple supplies on hand. I see all kinds of really wonderful resources out there on the internet, but if you're nervous about exploring art with your children, I think some of these like fancier art carts and things like that I love looking at can be a little bit intimidating if you're just starting out. So I just want to show you a couple of the really simple supplies that we have. We have really large rolls of white paper that I purchase from local craft supply stores. You can find them at like big box stationery types of stores, paper supply stores. So you can roll out the paper and use as much or as little as you need, and I find that that's very cost effective for us. You can also buy little canvases and things for your kids, but it's really just not necessary. We also have some paintbrushes that have larger grip handles, which are great for working with younger kids, and that's what we're talking about here today. And I also have a couple of different types of paint. So these are finger paints, washable. So it's sometimes good to look for washable paint. But again, just have a few colors of paint. Does not have it to be anything fancy. These are tempera paints that I picked up at a local art supply store. But honestly, that's really all of the art supplies that we own. If you count in things like scissors, some colored paper, and some crayons. What else do you need? You can create so many things with just really simple supplies from around the house. So I really don't want people to be afraid of creating art with your kids. You can do it and they will have so much fun. So let your child explore. Put down some materials in a mess-free zone, or prepare the zone to be mess-free or easy to clean up afterwards, and let them explore. And if you're feeling really nervous about the whole thing and you still feel like you want prompts to help them create, we do that with our Oliver Explores Art Petite Mail Story postcard. They get their card in the mail talking all about art, and then our bonus video materials that are available to subscribers help walk you through a really simple art activity that's age appropriate. So don't be afraid of exploring art. Get your supplies that you need and start creating with your littles today. I promise they will really enjoy it. See you next time.